Yada say ya mwakwaba ya Adom TV Nkwa Hia na ne bre no aso obri yeboa fentem from de kase no awie ti de adu so no eye Nkwa Hia ena anwumre yi sabre kosi se no nwotwe ebebo no opomde hu nkomotwetwe ne tichu eye abnormal vaginal discharge ehun komo ne eba bedi nti mano pa tichu na mumra na fe ye nisa enkomo yi ye bede sponsors na se mame komra na ye ba ebeto so. Yada say, yes, I'm walk out baby me Adom TV Nkwa Hia na o sheno nti na topic no abnormal vaginal bleeding. So one say month we no cervical cancer month. Nti no moja bi wo hono ma ye hunu utimi senya won sabu nanso na moja nom ne ade no a ye pese ese Adom suko biemu sebe ya obetu ho anamo obi wo ho na wanya ne wadu ne menopause nso hu bleeding. No, dear, you were your doctor, Penny Waha, Doctor Benedict Afari, say, or Ga East Municipal Hospital. A one year dinner, Aquacoshesi, another Roma, says cervical cancer, home, Mononkwana, or year obstetrician gynecologist, Nedi. There's a sound come away, no, a whom he has seen in a come. I mean, not sponsors, not see a papa, send your one he knew baby, a yedri, a cocoa plus, a uncrediane, but for our one, when you're 6 months, air chrono. Coco plus when you be at a friend aduane mu e mankran di ye kama unso oba no woni fefefe ye do mo se sanso na St Thomas Eye Hospital ye do mo se pa wani hu problem bia no St Thomas for be ne kama wo lens no na apese ensesem a St Thomas for e be ye e de amount endpoint homeopathic clinic nso nkoma ye die oba wa wudie mu ye nhwehwe no nyina endpoint e be ye omo na ebo ye chido medi de afia Nkwa tamaklo mama dog akwaba dom akwaba na bibi aboko de
pachaboko
yada last week ye di nkomo ehwe cervical cancer na fache me ye nkomo no ekoso me hu se asa ne ma bebre hihye mba ye bobo so ti na hu be hia se ene ne ye hyeda enka abnormal vaginal bleeding eho enkomo nti kire mu kakra dia na ye abnormal vaginal bleeding no nchire mu ye dia
okay nti unse na okano unse oba bia bosumi bi obebu unsa especially a man or more reproductive age group no from 15 to 49 reproductive age group ena ye wo mo a omunyambu omunsa omo wo ho ena ye wo mo so mo twabra
okay
nti we 3 groups Inti ofa omo the largest group no ye between 15 and 49.
Okay.
Omo na most of the abnormal vaginal bleeding no see omo akwan mu. Because obi a ombo ni nsade ye nya hu moja e bia ye dwen se bia afena ne nsabo na beba. And obuso a wo twabra no so ye nya hu moja ne ko bi se a problem especially cancer because omo nya menses bi good. Into the bulk of the women there between 15 and 49 in normal be bitimi alcohol say vaginal bleeding into when you abnormal into normal and chest so that you be able to know into you can normal vaginal bleeding into in terms of duration into duration normally between 2 to 7 days. Okay. So we will start 2 to 7 days. Obi or how best start and some days. Obi be another start na 2 days. Obi do baby na 3 days. Obi so best start be 7 days na swati. But once is within the range in kwande okay. And in terms of the quantity no, you will heavy bleeding. Into you so a way I bit me who be I me first say we bra. Now we change pad bebre bia 3 to 4 parts per day. Ni nyina soki. No say no heavy. But scientifically they say more than 80 mils. 80 mils no mama sure the way obi hu.
Fibroid level.
It was of course per syringe na use there were 10 mils syringe. That's about 8 of it. But this is within the period, you know. It is in terms of padding, we change by 3 to 4 parts. Obetimi good a day na. Obetimi you'll be having a heavy bleeding. In Tebia padding 2 and a panning you also Sunday and no it's okay. And sometimes in terms of time I be ban. Obi oha and the menses no. Sometimes to see in a particular month and a bit me about several times. Okay. So not normal. Okay. And sometimes say I'm background and also it's not normal. Okay. Normal ones in the abortion to what means they are canning no and normal. Okay. They are canning and normal. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Quite mota. Female ward one. Patient wo any nurse for engineer share that must papa mami akosua nom ne team aka mo achemota nyame enhiramu papa yeda must say once maje bre hwentim komo no ayede afeni ya sha se Facebook for mon share link no maye uko Facebook/Adom TV na wa share ennem komo no de ma no mientie cervical cancer hu da ubro no enema bia ebeda die ebia no wafa ne normal say oh so 1 month ekwana me boom nsam yenu am say normal ba bia na enye normal because enye sa na system neti ti sa niema no abnormal vaginal bleeding no eno hu nkomo na dog eyi ani so e de amaye no nti ka kire unu ase fia tenase one ne doctor na yeni sa enkomo no nti ye say dog wa bie nani so a kire ye ma yenhwe e de na be ma bibi ana moja enye normal good. Inti ansa ya babo so mako no unse emba ya se ho no nyoma bebre wo ho okay but unse akan language and most of the Ghanaian language ye ni specific names okay but uba e brofumu dia ye wo womb no ye sanso friend uterus that's awode no okay ena ye wo awode na no ena ye wo awode no inside no mfimfi ho na se cavity no ana endometrium no ena ye wo wase ho no vagina no ansa na de wa bonte no so aba nti de che ne se saa nneoma amebo so nyina moja betimi fi haba but for the lay person in there say emoji free na say only don't who say bia from this one and that but we can nyina bomu asanete nti International Federation of Obstetrician and Gynecology their friend Figo nti because bleeding problems are dozen in the past no not the way I classify and now is a problem but for some time now no with me the classification be aba emma baby obe hu bia no ye nyina etimi follow a certain pattern into ukona o present o symptoms immediately no yes you bisa questions be kan ho ye examination etimi hu say bia wo de no this particular cause because I didn't know who the cause so untimi treat good into your 9 causes in 9 yes
ebe cause abnormal vaginal
bleeding no mako na ni nyina ebebo so one after the other okay inti ye what time be you use ye the aye mnemonics e friend palm coin ni nyina letters no any other book yeah good inti wo hwe sa causes na 9 of them inti ebebo so one after the other okay inti first P no a polyp okay. Some polyp there so bibi kakra
yes and can so kaya dey a chart no
yes it was yes we dey mon fan
chair
good inti polyp no e betimi free awode na mu ana awode na no no say no na ya na beto what say bibi kokko bi sa
say hu ya awode mo
of course yes inti either say free awode na mu eba out anasa awode na no na eba out polyps sometimes ko betimi nya polyps ni mi wo wase ho vaginal wall no inti eno no de ye ne say most of the time na say growth tissues na won bi na enyi inti e na e very kokko red uso mu a I say mu ye din kakra mu ye soft kakra sa na tie then one of the problems man say emma occasional bleeding and intermenstrual bleeding muso wo high say we bleed bisa we ni
so na unya o menses okay
and also emba bebre it of course
unya o chance
good into polyps no wo into one of the causes the good aspect of the polyps most of the time no enya cancer and we be benign into it me who dey bit me I be for most of the time they say be ti every ho and I say bia ye de bibi de be collab akwohwe but ye hu say polyps and de collab akwohwe enye cancer nti eno de ni prognosis ni good and answer obetimi ehu na we ye free ho good ye wi ebeba fibroid ne sister ye friend adenomyosis eno ye adenomyosis is a cause trouble and a fibroid no ne technical ne leiomyoma inti baako ye A baako ye L inti eno de ya na most of the time no omo behave the same way but when say fibroid de enim ni say enoma around enoma be 4 and edema apart from so obi ho kro obi ko onim we hear most women no from 30 years and above or meet me nya fibroid your explanation bebre wo baby ada e be treat fibroid on its own e be go into details into most women cry no more fibroid omunim into the omemo who say fibroid on and e be symptom and no be start am symptoms into for fibroid no one of the symptoms e man say be more heavy menstrual bleeding just say moja na obehu no during the more into obi obetime bleeding more than 7 days and sometimes bleeding very heavy with clots and it's even painful into fibroid no sa problems with and bitimi am why so aye wo ya and as bitimi akese obi on fibroid ye kese te say the onyem yes bitimi grow aye kese pa and I will say Africans no you know we tend to get more fibroid than the white people into risk no e wo harder and of course in the a lot of fatty foods lifestyle we no so bitimi man cause now the fact that so we oba estrogen progesterone e wo horny de e be ma fibroid na grow and especially mo in terms so into I say wa wo de no da ho unye juma bi amana we say fibroid no yes e develop so and so ho nti sa I dey say adenomyosis and answer fibroid no so timi cause bleeding and no so betimi am abnormal uterine bleeding good and sometimes there were certain cancers but technically we can malignancy chese obetimi nya cancer bia enye cervical cancer but cancer was me boss organs na ewo wase ho no cancer betimi aba ni nyina mu nti se cancer ba any of them a betimi ama we bleed nti no wo ho nti so far no yenya 4 good and you will see most sometimes binim wo some blood disorder bia se bibi twa omo omunti bleeding and stop it most naturally no say baby twa wa body no wo ways or stop bleeding no but obi wo ho a say bibi twa na ontimi stop bleeding into the same way say bia wo menses no time so na because natural ways my blood no clot na ntimi nyi adwuma nti ebetimi ama we bleed and obi so ho asa yare no the first time I be yi ne ho no through abnormal vaginal bleeding nti unse bibi say no ahwe ya unhu because obi wo ha o de ni bleeding beba obehwehwe ma wonte ase but wutimi go into distance one by one now you haven't that one at the back of your betimi ma wonhu say ebia we no ni bleeding no coagulopathy a friend coagulopathy just blood no entimi nye adwuma the way say good and obi no mu a ovaries no na e de problem ne ba nti ye wade bi a friend ovulatory disorders and things has to do with ovulation nti eno no ya na different ways of presentation no different ways obi o ha bon say the menses no emba the way I say ba also be complaints na say me menses no swati ana e ba bebre ana tutusi won say nipa bebre no omo wo data eba but even eno ponya no na ya use ye pese hu say bia wo ade be friend cycle length nti e obi ana ne cycle length obi one day 21 days obi one day 28 days obi one day 35 days nti say e fall within the range there we are okay but obi o ha sa ni normal one kra no enya sa and obi wo kra mpo a menses no emba obi wetimi skip menses 1 month it's no onyim 2 months no onyim e wo ha na no show up on do menopause good because ono was starting menses on do menopause we say mens na ho na ba inteno no so there are causes especially polycystic ovarian disease. Okay. It's one of the causes of some say be a bio with me skipping menses in 2 months, 3 months, and by you don't know what is going on. Into ovulation, obi na ontimi ntukosia. Because of that, normal mechanism na be menses na ba no intimi enya. And obi because of some ovulation problem no, obi timi bilidia for like a month. On what is going on. That is why because obi for some reason no one tell you bet me bleed for a month not if
as a betcha say a betcha by the time I month na end and
yes and no that's also one of the causes and I will be the endometrium no the shared every month na ebema ubenya menses no bi eno so etimi nyi the way any saying nti a friend endometrial hyperplasia just say enyi abroso nti esa na won say wo na moja bi ba won ti ase because enye normal menses time bo say moja bi ba nti endometrium no so betimi ama problems good nti apart from that no so ye wo bi eno no I say ya na ya cause it could be some medications offer. Okay. And I be some stresses of life be and I say be lifestyle be na bemu. Good. Or sometimes could be family planning, some of the family planning methods ni be. E be na Emma sa bleeding number. Now apart from that no, you will be so hard, ya hwehwe sa you want to cry e dey ba. Obi o ha na bi owoye. Onya infection bi your friend endometritis inti bo so na sa infection no I say yi ne hu bi sa but enya there often inti you can't really put a finger to it inti our group be a friend non classified or not yet classified just say yen da hu
baby o gina
because ya hwehwe other causes nyina yen da hu but ono so unti no ye hwehwe all those causes na enim na yenya baby and function na de akoshe ho but of course the main thing is say make sure say cancer be any ho and na bleeding also we have to find ways you be manage amount good
okay Adom TV Nkwa Hia na ya na Dr. Benedict Afari edi enkomo owo East Municipal Hospital ne enumrei abnormal vaginal bleeding ne ho enkomo nti na oba Facebook Felix Hackman say or share Ruth Obin yebo asemo ene adwuma nana ya the pastor very impressive na fe Antoinette Yoko enso share was a nice topic Gloria Ayaba so wo enzimana or share Mariam Idrisun so se nyame hira mo papa pa otachima na ohwe na fe Mary yeboa enso hye me anso me wofa Chief Inspector Redu ono so ene abusua no hye Auntie Rose enso wo Mankasim Women's Hospital omo so hye nyame hira mo papa pa wo hye no na wo so wo hye sebe ya adofo wo akire ne benche omo so ebetumi ahwe ebie fi se ne nkomo no ehu hia so obi ahwe ma Victoria bene wanso Yamisha se unso o hwe munhye mabusuan kaye obia ehunu se ne abnormal vaginal discharge hu komo na ye die yen sponsors no mekoso ada wormo ase papa so mgusu eso ya sene St Thomas Eye Hospital die so wo problem bia wo wani a ukomata ye kwa obehunu wo mo na woni wo mo di ensa wo so wani keka wo se operation na wo hia entu kwan kwa ba bia so obeba St Thomas for ho no mo siesie wani ne kama wo lens no on siesie ne kama emfa emma okoko plus for nso yeda se okọ supermarket bia na even store bia ben wo super okoko plus ni bia obenya bi na fe wo nso wato na dia fra enkura wanya 6 months ekọ no wo mu nuane na omo di na nkura ya fefefe bia won mo adwene mo yeda end point homeopathic clinic nso ase mana wodie mu no before obeware mpo no I think say so ko check hwe say bia mu ye kama o ho ya brano oba also check end point so ye ni free e dey am go check ni free dey am sa screening no mema no so prostate no say o check ni free e dey am na e bia boniti nkwa de bi oboniti nkwa nso wonko monko na monko check problem go ho a bia ne cervical cancer ye dey ho enkomo yi e preventable basa wa ye nhunu Yes, before be yi ne ho adi ne say dog me boa dia. E be yi ne ho adi
na chapa.
Enti na to say adidi ye ho ache. Ye mpe check up ko. Ye nyina ye di for wo ho. Say pa na ma sure say doctor ahwehwe me say ye nyina but ya me adom nimde no ko na nim a ye hunu ni nti no. Wo ho a na wa check sa ne oma no. Nti bibi wo ho pe ne aso ne asi ano ntam. E de ma me da se frame point was 0244 867068 0244867068 now ne Dr. Dubuaten edi enkomo akobots beats and so ehwe nyame hira de hia so be breme ahwene papa bi na media ye medwuma so ate ase ti nyame hira papa papa do misamu akwa babiem
yes
me da se wabobɔ ne ma bebre so ama ye hu na de pa ne besie be ma obi benya abnormal vaginal bleeding e de na mfunso be de na ye wo ye nipadua mu e ba ye ho dwo ye so problem bia ye ne beso ye
so yes we say we have most of the causes are it's like yentimi nya bibia amfa ho
okay
into risk factors womb into most of the time apart from infections and no dey bia e betimi aye bibia fa ho no the other ones is difficult into remember be so for example say bia once we oba no kon there at a point in your life for example so we develop a fibroid and no most of the time you can't really do much about it what I say good
ya nanya fibroid ne ka de na fibroid yetimi no maduro ma na hye
there be so far no yenye dura e be na hye ye wo ways a ye manage no ye treat it but e dro nim good
yeah dro bi entmention no
there be e bi dro bi
entmention de ho komo because me mo bi a che say wo ya na hwia ye mfa we bi anka no o no maduro ma na ko tino am pese ye hunu no but no said what kind of topic on its own one day we are discussing okay
yeah into the main issue ni say empower women na omutimi my feedback no because what share causes na you can't really do much about it into say wonim say okay once away your ban within your reproductive age group no nko there hormones ewo ho and processes no ekoso every day ni there bibi betimi atochima and the other thing is say you encourage a man say regular checkup no is important
okay
some of the abnormal vaginal bleeding is as a result of certain conditions to say endocrine conditions bibi to say polycystic ovarian disease na kan wasem obi ho or goiter problem na thyroid disorders you know ho and things a bit me be for stress say yes stress can cause yes and I share causes na a woman or baby stress is very important even say woody nutrition because I can say some of the conditions diet because if you are indulging in diet which is excessive in fat and also can encourage then obesity obesity so is a very interesting condition especially a man because obesity ni betimi ama akomayare betimi ama OBP either say betimi control na intimi control betimi ama diabetes betimi ama menstrual disorders obesity and no betimi aha in terms of fertility
okay
into you can imagine say if you're able to keep to shape obetimi I deal with a lot of these issues. That's why maybe exercise, for example, will come in.
Okay.
Exercise will come very, very important. But the key thing is say a man omunya that kind of education me pick up some of these symptoms early.
Okay.
So that we can help them. Because you can be doing certain things you are not aware. Then it will show up. Now the ever cause cancer ni say eba na ye hu ni ntema no by the time abeba no na too late and this bleeding say abeba something obi ho bit me bleed this abeba ni blood level ni HB e form you can imagine say blood level no come from sa na e bit me kun Yes, it can kill you because some people come severe anemia. Intimate moja bed and so.
But no way I work on say ma bosumi bia ye bu yen so.
Good.
Sa moja na ekono. Ekwa enu ano no ye lose hwe ti say de wo ka say obi be na wanya anemia like ni moja so ate no. Inti bosumi bia ye bu yen sa after no yenye de say be keep your blood level ni.
Good. Inti recommendation is every month you are losing some amount of blood.
Okay.
Inti our hair emba blood level no compared to member then emba they normally will form because naturally they are losing. Inti especially women in the reproductive age group in there, we encourage them to be taking folic acid. Good. Because if folic acid na etimi ma umoja no etimi regenerate, then you can get, because the folic acid will help the blood to form and all that. And for those women in there, we encourage them say they should be taking folic acid, then eating well.
Yeah, funny say.
Good, and we once a day. Once a folic acid cry in the past, near 5 milligram dear, but these days, you know, the WHO are catching say 400 micrograms here enough. Until you will be or how bit mean 400 micrograms. But when you cry 5 milligram, no bit me afa. And folic acid is water soluble vitamin. Internal crowd and cause any problem. Fun every day is good. Then of course diet. If you are eating a balanced diet, you know, everything that you've lost, you know, you get it back in terms of the minerals, the vitamins, the proteins. And all that.
Because my one and I'm done as I said, what kind
good.
Because me say de bia bosumi bia wa ya ne dia bedu imagine blood I lose so
yes
me ni ho idea bia say o say wo de bibi shana nem nti no wo benom no for how long bia say after wo bu say we na say wo say bu no mu na wo timi fa wo folic acid no
obetimi afa any time but ya man bi o ha they realize say so mo fa bia na blood tonic analysis folic acid during menstrual time na my bleeding yes, more into was issue in there and then
after
yes but to be or and yan bibia until you can take it yes
see and I'm saying you venom say prescription
once a day
Matia, but for how long okay
for how long in there especially if you are somebody that you have plans of getting pregnant there you can just take it as long as
and she said mini plan be as me 1 week time majai
oh once a folic acid in there for you to get the effect and take for a month
okay
yes you have to take for a
month
and
by the time month and so another one is able and you always you know you are in between who lose enough for fresh
good okay. But interestingly when him say some problem say I have it's been happening for so many years. When him say money be by the time I'm Benjamin, no blood level will form that because of some of these problems. Into there have been interventions, even Ghana Health Service and Ministry of Health, they've been putting in, and I'm encouraging girls menstruating to be taking folic acid. There are even elsewhere, Crown. They even have 45 foods that contain some of these things. Because they know that every month you are losing something. You can imagine. So it's good to say, yeah, we do some of these things.
Because some ministry no omo schools mu koma edona parents no cry resist it
yeah because they don't know exactly but it's a good policy because it will help them say omo HB no you good and then say folic acid is very good. It helps the neurons, it helps formation of the blood and all that. So very, very good. So that they start well, because some of the women will now become pregnant. Also, we have adolescent pregnancy. Even those who are not adolescent, they become pregnant. So you even have to start well. And I want to say, like 35 years and above, they too, they have peculiar issues. Because at time, no, or X, no quality, no quantity, those people want to be these problems with the baby. So I didn't friend spinal bifida no. We also encourage the women also to take folic acid.
Folic acid in there. Someone can good.
You can take it.
Open there so no.
Yes.
Na asese o yem no.
Inti asese wo menses no ma. And asese wo yem so ma wo say binsem bi betomu a you are good to go. Internet is very important.
Okay. But me ba Facebook, ebi mo sha said one more question say ba Na baako say I had my menses twice this month, 2nd and 15th. Is there any problem? I want to know, please.
2nd and 15th. Ideally, if it is not her normal, then there's a problem.
Okay.
But let me even chip in. One interesting observation I'm making is a woman, normal and regular family planning until they tend to use I don't want to say the word, but emergency contraceptive pill. No.
Okay.
Until say and also it's for emergency. Ebia wakoye na we are not ready.
Okay.
But a bit more they tend to take it every time via so it will confuse their system, the message. It will be her. And the women, especially the young women, they come with this a lot. Ube call history, ube check bibia, but no kasano say yes, yes. Into more, if you don't want to get pregnant, it's better so obey family planning. Depending on your situation, maybe once in a while be the fine, but any so mu use emergency contraceptive pill as yes a regular method. Into be or when you call history, ni mu amu say maybe last month no. Yeah, yes.
Mami Musa, obi so dear say sister Fia, please ask daughter for me. I usually have my menses for 4 days, but on the 3rd day I do have heavy clots bleeding. Is there a problem with that?
So first 3 days, okay.
But the
fourth day no.
The 3rd day no rather.
3rd day.
Or 4.
4 days.
But 3rd
day no. Bleeding is heavy.
Yeah.
With clot, yes. So anytime you see clot, it means that bleeding is heavy.
Okay.
Yes. No, depending on her age and depending on the fact that be a task there. It will be good to say obeko hospital normal shame aman because it be a first sign of something na yenim, so it will be good say obeko na.
Okay. But what say that young can see so because obi the questions need be here further.
Good. Yes.
And you know no interest that's the answer.
Yes.
Because obi what say busa
more questions. Yeah, certain tests.
The busa so wonya twice a month you say. Obi also age crown so.
Age yes because we didn't have the age. And we don't have all the full history. To be sana so all follow up now you go into it.
Conclude this doctor say now.
That's all, yes.
So now obi dia obusa say please ask the doctor that if you completed your period last week and the blood is coming again.
Obviously it's not normal. So once you completed na starting no, yes. No dear. Yeah.
Okay. And to be so dear say or started bleeding Monday no. And I think up to now she's still bleeding. Normal.
Yes. In the Monday to now, that's about 6 days.
So ideally,
if it goes beyond, and answer the bleeding is heavy with clot and pain. I say
okay.
Yes.
Okay. No. Why a questions in Sudan? You don't patch young twas or if
I we're trying to find out then a man na bleeding exactly. No. Me patch say most of the things are genetic. Yes. And there are other hormonal problems that you can get, and also remember this abnormal bleeding. And the hormonal problems there's little you can do about it. Unless say be a one case of ruby any sofa. Okay. Because that's the problem. Often ruby any sofa. Maybe either say baby drew and even over the counter be or bibi kitu ebi no akoto edro na wanom and also you put that TB any so or use then of course our lifestyle your man to say be alcohol, smoking, use of these recreational recreational drugs. So your money can disturb the system for obano. If bleeding me be then it will show like that. And I only say most of the conditions and also alcohol and smoking, they are all risk factors. Into your bar or lifestyle is along this path, you can have some of this. Obi ko chance say the next moment is an menses crab baby crab also was started bleeding.
Okay.
Yes, there are women who come like that.
Okay.
Like you go into the history. But when you say, maybe I'm not physically, there's nothing but who be saving some questions. We taking the social history, we say, oh, maybe I'm not konon baby or kofa baby intia mojano eba.
Okay. Ransford them so nice topic. We'll show you free East Legon. Yeah, that's love Japan so it will see him and we'll share. Yeah, that must say papa and I say Martin Dogbe and so say keep up the good work. Yeah, that's say it's a single so say Yanko Swanye Jumano and a Ruth and so Waha Evelyn Nightingale say I'm watching you live from Nkwa. Now, how does normal vaginal discharge look like? I'm the doctor kind of normal vaginal discharge. Okay. Sana soto and so eshe. Yada must say papa panty. Yana dog was so they say no, yes, other niamana abnormal bleeding. Ya bobon ya polyps ne ninia. Okay. Enti say mano yanya de.
Good.
Ekodu say na me hu say ye tie ho ase say enema bi o ese me call hospital because nka first na yes nka wu nyini a na wunyinya sara
problem. Yes.
But
and then the things have changed. Things have changed. Okay, the diseases and the problems, there. I say I'm follow formula. Anything can happen to anybody. And grab it mean your cancer, painful bit mean your cancer. Anything can happen. Into the most important thing is say obia hu how anybody no etie.
Okay.
For example, every month be a bleed. You know your normal the number of days. That's the guide because over hospital baby say
the last time.
Your last normal menstrual period. That is very important.
Any this way was never next month.
Yes, there are times we keep something we call a menstrual diary.
Okay.
Menstrual diary, every month be a date no try to have you so enough for about 6 months. You bet me in your averagely was cycle length.
Okay.
Because that's what we are interested in, not be a date by and they bet me but want to know your cycle length. Then we say okay, averagely what this, so that if it goes out of line, ubit me who say okay no, and no man being called into say maybe I'll call hospital na mau.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
And especially say be a certain medical conditions I am withdraw for, you have to stick to it to be or you're treating for some hormonal condition, but on person be funny drew. No, into so one far a bit me about some of these problems. And more like we always say, every baby they want to be doing it, everything beer and normal motivation or more say all those and then drugs all those things are not helpful.
Will be discharge be to offer
because you are different. I mean you are different. And this month's cry cervical cancer is even more important because this one will give an opportunity for you to go to the hospital for us to check. Because most of the problems, if we don't examine you will not even know because estatia, it's very silent. Most of the problems are asymptomatic. But we say one thing a man somewhere and even the general people once they see blood, I'm going to just say intended at least somewhere there. But to be also no boon any guso. Because what people are saying. But most of the time, one bama yan check here will not be able to know what is going on. Into what it means that the history taking, and assessment now doctor and assessment is very, very important because say yes, so yeah, assess we can also miss certain things. And the most painful part is that there are people who always go to hospital with certain conditions. But it's like say you so one new beer or very detailed. Not like when one because there are some women that we've missed them. Yes, we've missed them because they are now complaining of certain and sometimes some key examination be especially for the woman, every woman at least if you once you are in the reproductive age group you have to have a speculum examination done, especially when you present with a vaginal discharge, bleeding, because so Kennedy. Into the speculum examination, for example, another pelvic exam is very, very crucial because I need a bit more picking, no matter be a bit more so on them. And that's why even this month we encourage the women say, pap smear and they have to come and check. Because we'll be all quiet pap smear, they be something else. And it happens over this week, you know. Women have come, they just coming to do pap smear, but we've gone ahead to pick certain to be ohana infection be didn't watch it. And so one banker wouldn't know. Even the other diseases be also is very, very crucial. Say this period, you know, there. What the one you be cry this period, because once you go to a good place, you know, the doctor will have the time examine you, do the paps. Anything that comes up will be not me as of
especially cervical cancer preventable.
Exactly the point.
Yeah, problem. Pastor Gordon, Assemblies of God, Ringway Gospel Center, or she on an area, you must say, Yamin Shramo, Papa, and then you see a BA of phone lines, you know. Now, Yentia Mokakra, yesterday, ye BA or TV, no alone, near Dim Como phone or so, Sabaya, feedback, Biama, so I see a fufu. But be a man who wants your first a year, they can say a bonny essay, a bonny essay, or be a slow bono. A man born more, not made of young Connie and Quacheck, and a doctor can or Cononco or a paps me. I think maybe a near who say infection be or because a man mum seriously, ye, we are Sehono.
Yes, yes.
They just say, Doctor, the infidie and Ashe. Oh, would not for crying what them or no call and said them who. So I say.
Medium light.
Medium light. And I no so search you.
Of course. Yeah. And a privacy, no culture, no people don't.
Person baby. Into mommy careful. Near money, this is show on youth now about person watch no the near mesh is show. Maybe a chain watch ya say. Yes, some mommy careful. My maybe phone lines no 0302 211 701 702 703. 0302 211 701 702 703 704. Now also yen koma yedie also fa de ebra na yen hwe the patching dwada akọ doctor honeja omatumi aboa ye oye gyne na omunhwe omude omasua ema ya simune ya wo mu ade nyina ti problem bi wo ho a there's any wahwe na waboa ye cervical cancer ne de eni kwan se ekumu bi because you hunu ntamu nko a ye beboa ma fa me first caller Juliet anwumre ya mo adwo mo akọ abade oba Nkwa Hia so Juliet mpacha ote yenka oh we say na homa na free so dog onya ma ye de yenhwe ekwan ye befa so a ye bebo ye hu ban free abnormal vaginal bleeding.
Yes nti the first thing is we have to make the diagnosis.
Okay, Mama Nkwa Joyce Mra. Joyce, you may have more kwaba.
Hello.
Joyce mpacha ye chiao.
Me pacha good evening.
Ya jo so ma me na free fin ye nwumre.
Me pacha me kasa free tamale.
Tamale. Na ho boko de.
Me pacha nya wi adumo bi ahoye.
Ya da se papa yenti o.
Me pacha me question is like my wofo me go 8 months. But me menses mada but ho na my say me ya every me but my
okay
but me who say your problem be na say normal
na wo ye exclusive ana
me exclusive be 5 months but for now the odidi no sa no
na wonte mako de ni nya do yi
me ba just mense mako
ai
daddy
oh yeah ni ebre wu ku no.
Oh, yeah, yes, sir.
I'm Joyce and Teddy, I meet you. I say, oh, no, Knushia. Oh, Knushia.
Oh, yes.
Someone, no, correct, and you said it.
That the any
you don't put to be go while I say,
my serum is like them by.
Okay, that's fine. And your family planning be just after delivery.
Family planning be.
Okay. Dog Babwa, me that say. Ma me Nkwa Hia so ho. Hia you may ya mo adwo mo akwaba. Ega mpacho ti enka ye moajo. Okay, me entwa so na ye gafe na otie ne ho ayi so de.
Yes, inti ono na you know there is not far fetched. We say even though for now no onye exclusive breastfeed but still our breastfeeding. Inti for some women no sometimes it takes a while for the menses scan. And a good point now raising about pregnancy because obi o ha na nyin say na abemu so no nim because on feeling symptoms bia. And for some people, sometimes it could take about a year for the menses to come back.
Na I say na ya senso we no.
So what it means that it's like the menses is trying to come.
Okay. Mama ko nungwa ofofro nso ho. Do me mo ajodo ba Nkwa Hia so. My dear Pacho mechia mo akwaba. Oh, mon fan cheme pa nanka ye hwese e benya Abigail wo nungwa. Fache Muntra na Munfre 0302211701 702703704. Ye fe last caller. Munfanchem said ne homa no enyina so ye maye papa. Pacho menye obi wa homa no so memu adwo mu akwaba. Okay, nyehwe. Don Pacho yento so na me bisa my last question.
Yes, yes. Now say, what do we do? Now me say we need to make the diagnosis.
Okay.
It's a person say who what is going on because since a causes no dose.
Okay.
Inti answer na ebe who the cause no so I say you take history.
Okay.
We have to do certain examination. I say a certain test. Then after that, we will arrive at what is happening. To Sanema, we never may who say okay. What the na polyps? What the na be a fibroid? What the na coagulopathy? Maybe what the na ovulatory problem. Inti it mean who what it is now. And sana ebe treatment. No.
Okay. No, mama fa last caller.
Good.
Agata wa homa no so agata yumre ya mo adwo mo akwaba.
Ya mi dio na mo to say.
Nyame Adom ya da se so afre ye yentie we.
That's me paso me problem ne say. Me na me say kotekum. Nti e si e frɛ omo ya ahia fo no. Nti me dia no me secondary school time na me dware a sponge na nkasa me design me do ram inside na de twitwu nyina. Especially we can me want me menses no. And sad na koso sama me obaba akumum but since then no my first difficulties are me nya akra me nya fi me of 48 years. Into a kobasa no, face problems nowadays. Many of them I didn't share more. Afterwards, no, me who bleeding, kakra things be.
For how long now? Who bleeding? What hospital?
There was a time the crying no me say oh me womb na no e kro kakra bi no mo ma me ndro. Be 5 years ni nti me nko obiem.
Hey, na 5 years na chi no sa de na da so ba.
E stop here.
Enti also 48 oh.
Yeah.
2 year do menopause.
No crowd de me chabra. E jaiba.
And they said they jaiba.
41 years.
Me say wo bra na mabie munya menses ni biem.
That be e joy no, e sizi ba no, na me 41 years.
Hey. E jaiba na wo 41 years.
E chantan the drum.
Because all the support room ho. Hey, na na support ko ho.
We are prapa huni and the adibisa.
Yay. Nyeshe.
My husband this year, me no blood stains kaka.
Da be de na wo kan se sie.
Be 4 months money.
Ne no de so ko hospital. Ya da se papa. Enti yamra na so. Dog, ba be fa number no emma na pap smear ya ye wo frɛ doctor obetumi aba no abeye. Ene ebia wantumi amfrɛ Mr. Ofre 0243903104 0243903104 and 0266808941. Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic and so a free scan and ya wodie mu ono so timi friend was 0244867068 0244867068 now the doctor do boatin edin komo dog mama phone si ha nwumre yeda se ne emre ne adaje a wanya akire yade yeda se Sarah Pare Audrey na nakwa me ne Jennifer yeda mo se prem to bre enso yɛda se ebi ne gya camera na chi man so yɛ sound no ma yɛ Stella nso yɛ makeup no yɛdo bia se nyame nhwira mo da se ne nkwa hoden wɔ hɔ a yɛbɛhyia ahosapɛ extra black eye eto aso